Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into The Outfit. It is so cool to see more and more nationalities jumping on board and watching the videos. Obviously Australia is the first, then followed by the US, and now Canada is in third. If you are from another country other than that, let us know in the comments.
Si vous ne le savez pas, je suis française. Il y a un mix de nationalités du monde entier qui nous regarde, mais pas beaucoup de Français. Donc la question est, ils sont où les Français? Donc si vous regardez, vous vivez en France, faites-moi signe dans les commentaires et n'oubliez pas de vous abonner. Yo también hablo un poco español. Lo siento, no practico mucho aquí en Australia. Muchas gracias para la gente de Chile en México. Si vive en otro país, por favor, escribe un comentario abajo y suscribe.
Did I go too far now?
We just left our little campsite by that little bay with the sand bar at the end. It was beautiful. There was no one around, such a peaceful night of sleep. So now this morning we're heading south. It's time to explore more of the Ningaloo Coast. For the last 2 weeks we were more exploring the Exmouth area, so we've seen the Gulf, we've seen the inland parts, so now we're heading towards that way for upcoming adventures.
So yesterday we went to two of the more famous touristy spots, which is Oyster Stacks, which looks like a really good snorkeling spot. And what was the other one?
Turquoise Bay.
And Turquoise Bay. Both of them are, even though it's now not the school holidays, they're still really busy because they are the most popular spots around Exmouth. So we kind of just checked them out and then carried on driving because they're not really our style. So now we're heading more towards the Ningaloo station, and hopefully that'll be a lot less busy and down along this Yardie Creek Road area.
Yeah, so most of this area, unfortunately, Chris is not able to go spearfishing. They are either sanctuary zone or otherwise recreation zone, but spearfishing not allowed. So we're basically going now where he's allowed to go spearfishing because we're starting to run low on fish. So hopefully we'll get some fish for the coming days. This is our spot for the day. It looks like Turquoise Bay next to Exmouth, minus the people, and it's not a sanctuary zone, so that's a win for us. So what are you up to now?
Just grabbing my kit, and then I'll go out when this wind dies down, because at the moment it's real windy.
Yeah, it's quite windy. It looks like the tide is going down. It's a bit of current as well, but Chris just put the reef in a distance, so have a look what's out there, and I'll just stay on the shore, have a little workout, I think.
So as you saw, the reef was quite far away, but swam on out there wasn't too much current at all. The coral was really beautiful, but it was very shallow, so it was actually even tricky to swim around with my gun there. It was so shallow, I didn't want to damage any of the coral. Saw a really big turtle, or startled a turtle, and it swam off straight away. Now that is a fishing zone, but it is restricted fishing zone, so you can't take parrotfish, you can't take any kind of wrasse, you can't take groper. So there were no actual fish I could see that were worth eating, so we are going to carry on.
Yes, so we're going further south. As you can imagine, we are on the dirt road at the moment. Looks like in the distance there are some big dunes, so we're gonna check them out now.
This sand dune's actually quite a bit steeper than it looks, and it was right on a corner, so you couldn't really pick up much speed. This is the third attempt, and it was so much easier once we just dropped the tire pressures a little bit more. It's the difference a tiny bit of tire pressure makes. How cool is that? Yes! Dune driving! Pretty firm right here. Look at that. Holy. Yeah, we'll give it a crack. So the worst thing that happens is it starts to slide that way and it rolls. So
Don't forget the line towards the left.
yeah, probably straight. I don't want to come up on that angle.
Too easy. Okay, we know we're gonna camp here because this spot is amazing.
Wow, 2 dolphins, Ange. There's 2 dolphins right there.
Just 2 dolphins behind us. They're so close to shore, but it's actually deeper than it is. Oh, I just love them.
You probably can't see them on the GoPro, but yeah, they're literally like 5 meters from the shore. It's so cool. So dead low tide.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna camp here. Now we just need to find a camp somewhere where the tide won't come to the jeep. Gosh, this spot is so special.
Those dolphins are right there. That was so cool. That was the best. I think that was the best snorkeling I've ever done. There was so much wildlife. There were cuttlefish, octopus, big eels, little shrimp things, little sharks, big sharks, little turtles, huge turtles, all feeding and stuff. It was so neat. Didn't get any fish. My aim was off today, unfortunately. So I'll definitely go back out tomorrow, but the sun has just set. Just had a really quick feed. So off to bed soon for a bit of editing and then back up in the morning. Going for the morning beach walk. Personally, this is one of the reasons why I think spearfishing is better for the environment than standard fishing. There's none of this sort of stuff left over. It's crazy.
Alright, so this is everything we found on the beach this morning. Most of the time the beach in Western Australia have been like really clean, like it's really good to see. People are quite mindful. I do recommend that you get like a big trash bag like the one we've got, just so that obviously you can take your trash with you, and as well if you found some on the beach you can as well take some and leave the beach even cleaner. We just went on a walk on top of the dunes and we spotted some whales in the distance. They were like flapping, there's so many of them. So this is where we came. So as you can see, we've got the bay just in front of us. It's a beautiful spot, probably one of our most beautiful wild sites. So this will definitely be featured in our upcoming ebook about the Ningaloo Reef and Exmouth area, which is exclusively for Patreon, and then will be available in the coming months for all of you else watching. We're definitely gonna stay more than one night here. So now I'm just gonna join Chris and we're gonna go snorkeling and maybe find some turtles.
Alright, so it only took about 3 tries, but finally got a decent sized fish. And this one's called a queenfish. Apparently not very good tasting, so we'll probably put it in a curry tomorrow night. But as you saw, it was like chasing around a couple of reef sharks. Really, really neat. So cool up there. Ange got to see a bunch of turtles. So yeah, good day in the water. Alright, what's going on, Ange?
Do some dune driving practice.
Alright, dune driving practice time. So we're in first gear, 4 high. And just gonna have a bit of a whirl of this. All about pedal control. Nice. Alright, good work. Nice. Right, so now the dune descent. A good rule of thumb when driving dunes is to never go over it unless you can see the other side or you've walked it first. Also really important not to cut through vegetation as well.
Alright, so we found a lunch spot. Got the ocean on one side and the dune on the other side. Really cool sheltered spot. Actually blocks all the wind, so we're actually cooking in here. So we'll definitely go for a swim after that. So for lunch, usually we tend to not cook it. Try to have like salads or wraps or anything like that so that we don't have to set up the stove. There's like less like dishes and things like that. But I'm actually gonna cook my lunch today. I've been obsessed recently by making like some kind of burritos. So I've got some like flavored rice, some beans, some wraps, and I'm gonna put as well some halloumi in them. So I tend to eat vegetarian and plant-based for breakfast and lunch, and then for dinner I usually get some fish with Chris. So I used to not eat any fish for quite a while, and then when the pandemic hit a few months ago, obviously there was like a shortage of food like in the supermarket and everything, and there was as well restriction on like the number of cans you could get, so it was getting really tricky. So obviously I had to buy some like can of tuna as well, because it's quite easy to store, and but it's just not enjoyable at all. So I much rather obviously have like some fresh fish that Chris catch for us than like a can of tuna. That's kind of like my diet at the moment, and it works really well for on the road. And just like that, the afternoon is over. So when we arrived, Chris went spearfishing and I was catching up on work. We got a little bit of 4G here, so I managed to connect on YouTube. Got a nice surprise. We got selected creators on the rise, so that was really cool thing to see. The hard work is finally paying off. So thank you so much guys for the support. So while I was working, Chris, after I came back, he went for a little nap in the rooftop tent. He was exhausted, like he always spends so much time in the water when he goes spearfishing. I'm sure that if there are some spearfishermen's girlfriends watching, they'll be able to relate. We just lose them for like hours. But it's so nice to see him so dedicated and like passionate about spearfishing. So while he was napping, I had a little workout, as you saw. It's nice to train at that time of the day, which I'm not really used to. Like the temps are going down, like the sun is still there, but it's not too hot. And then you can just go for a little post-workout swim. So it was really nice end of the day. Now I'm gonna make dinner. I think we're having the queenfish that Chris got yesterday, and we're gonna make some tacos. So how's the queenfish tasting?
It's good.
It's all right?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice in tacos.
Better than mackerel? Really?
Yeah, for me.
Goodbye, sunshine. See you tomorrow.
Stay tuned for next week, legends, where we do something a little bit different. We film a day in the life video inside of a canyon where we do a bit of a mean bush cook-up. All right. Cheers. If you'd like to show your support, tickle that like and sub button.